What's up, guys? So someone wrote to me a concern I think that we all have, and I just want to say that even I've had it in the past. And so it is about being a Hellenic polytheist. And when the time comes when you start to question everything and question whether even if the gods exist. And so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to read the question. I won't show you the question or the person that wrote it, but I want to also read to you what I wrote in response and elaborate on that. So this person wrote, I'm questioning my religion quite a lot. For most of my life, I was an atheist. Then I became a Hellenic polytheist. But there was a part of me that didn't fully believe everything, and now I don't really know what to do. What should I do? So this is what I wrote back. I said, well, we go through times of disbelief. Most of us, if not all of us, grew up outside of Hellenic polytheism, raised being taught none of this is true. We just have to ask ourselves why we believe what we do. Does it make us happy? Does it answer the questions we have? Does it spiritually fulfill us? Does it explain our understanding of both the universe and the divine? Only you can answer that. To me, if nothing exists outside of what we see every day, and that was the reality, I'd still be what I am, because it checks all of those boxes for me. But that doesn't mean I'm perfect or I don't question things from time to time. The good thing is that doing so only strengthens what I believe. And that's the truth. And I think that we all go through this. We all go through periods of times of, why am I doing what I do? What's the point of ritual? What's the point of prayer? Are the gods even real? And I'll tell you something that really shut me up years ago is the movie that gets no credit from anybody. It really gets no praise. And that is the 2010-ish remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the film that everyone says they hate, that has Jackie Earle Haley as Freddy Krueger. There was one scene in particular that brought to my world back then, and it was this scene.
Did you know that after the heart stops beating, the brain keeps functioning for well over 7 minutes? We got 6 more minutes to play.
Very timely, being around Halloween that. So that, like I said, that scene really messed me up because it really made me think about, everyone talks about seeing the other side, the afterlife and all that. And you think to yourself, everything that anyone's ever said about the afterlife, happened within those minutes because the brain was still functioning. And like I said, it spoke to me in ways I don't think the screenwriters ever intended, but it had me really thinking. It had me thinking that if there is nothing else to life, that it is what we see. That's it. That's all there is to it. There is no afterlife, God, goddess, divine, what have you, and this is it. It had me thinking. And it had me thinking that if there is nothing else, then I might as well just believe what I believe this is all there is to it. Thinking, and also had me come to a realization of this, that if life is just what we see, we go to sleep, go to work, go to bed, drink, have fun, if that's it, and then we grow old and die, then why not choose the life we want? Why not be who we want to be and believe what we want to believe? And I choose to believe in the divinity that I do because it checks all those boxes for me that I mentioned to this person. Does it make us happy? Yes. Does it make me happy? Yes. Does it spiritually fulfill me? Yes. Does it explain nature and the universe to me? Yes. And how I ended it, like I said, is that whenever you go through these things of doubt, and again, none of us being atheists are not, especially my age, you were not raised in Hellenic polytheism, that we all came to the belief in the gods with an atheistic view because we were taught in schools that these are just stories. These are like the ancient Marvel comics, pretty much, that these are just fairy tales. But to that, there's something that drew us deeper in, that made us look deeper into these stories and these myths that really spoke to us. And so atheists, Hindus, as I mentioned in the other video, Christians, we all come to Hellenic polytheism with the same ideas and stories that we were told that all of this is make-believe and none of this is real. So we're all starting on a clean slate. And like I said, when you start questioning your beliefs, it is a very natural thing, especially coming from how we all mostly were raised. There may be some out there that were raised in Hellenic polytheism, but that definitely is not the majority. And it is a healthy thing. It is a normal thing to question. And really, it is up to us to come to our own conclusions of what we believe and what we don't believe. And when we come to that conclusion, we come back even stronger in our beliefs. You know, there have been times where even I have questioned certain things in my life, and I always return back to these gods because that's where I find my joy, my peace, my understanding of the universe. And like I said, all these questions are answered just as much as Christianity, as Buddhism, as Islam, as Hinduism, as anything else checks those boxes for those who are in that spiritual life and believe what they believe. And I think us being questioning people coming to Hellenic polytheism in the first place, it's not surprising that we would also question that as well, because obviously we questioned what we were believing originally to even get to where we are now. And so, like I said, it's up to us to finally come to our own personal conclusions that bring us happiness and joy and understanding of how things are. And if, like I said, if nothing in reality, in this reality existed outside of living and dying, why not choose to believe spiritually what you want to believe? I'd rather believe in things that make me happy and bring me peace than believe in things that bring me nothing but stress and fear and sadness, and then die and then lived a life that I was not happy with. Anyway, guys, I hope that you guys think about it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.